all they do is get better at it.
Yes.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
high
that's
tech
right.
now.
Well,
Right.
there you go, high
Yeah.
tech.
Then we help them, you know, with stuff like this.
Absolutely.
Can I open the door?
Practice
Get a
makes,
little more cool.
Practice makes
Can I
perfect.
can you open the door?
But
Get a
you know-
little more cool air in here?
you know, there was something else that when you were short, I was thinking about.
Thank you.
There was something else. You go through a white community, right?
Oh,
Do you see all the churches in the white community? You don't see it.
Mm.
Why don't you see a lot of churches in white communities? Now, let's come to Philadelphia. What did they say about Philadelphia? There's a church in every corner.
Yep, the church of every
Church.
So what do they teach us? Divide and conquer. Here come the Muslims. We got better than that now. So Elijah kept everybody pretty much focused.
Right.
Now that they said, now we can step out, you have what we call a council of imams or a majlis ashura.
Okay.
They all have the same goals, but they don't work together.
How can you be all the same goal but don't work together? I don't
but it's
understand that.
ego. That's
No.
that's ego. That's the. I'm sorry. That's that male ego. The male ego.
It's not that.
That's not that's
No.
not what I see.
I'm gonna say-
It's male ego.
Now, what did you say again when you said they all work together, but they don't what?
They don't work together.
I said that they have goals,
Right.
and they're all the same, but they don't work together.
How can that be?
Because everybody want to be the male want to be a leader. Everybody male want to be a leader.
All you gotta do is stop and think about the messages here in Philadelphia. There's two things that you're going to see. You're going to see imams,
Right.
okay? And then when you listen to them and you see where they're situated at, now you find what we were talking about earlier, a culture. Now, we had a culture at one time when it was mandatory for all of the imams to come together at one time, once a month. They reported on certain things. They then, if there was a problem, all of them would come and solve their problem. Today you don't have that. They say they have the same goal.
They're not problem
shootings
solvers.
how many shootings and killings have happened here in Philadelphia? How many imams have said enough is enough? The Hadith says that the blood of a Muslim is sacred. So how do we come up with that when you hear people say that a Muslim child, and I'm gonna go back to this one because this one was very well known. Y'all help me out like with the brother's name. The brother whose son was killed when he was helping a young sister not to be molested or whatever like they were trying to do.
Right.
Right. He went to interfere with that and he got killed. There was a time in the prison system, if you came to prison for hurting a Muslim, they had to put you in protective custody because the Muslims
Make
would deal
sure.
with you.
Okay.
Now, we have to ask ourselves, okay, when do we begin to address these issues? Because if you go right now, even into places like Saudi and like other places, right, I'm saying there is a sense of, you know, like unity. You may have different countries that do certain things, but we need to begin to ask ourselves, how do we, as a handful of people, how do we have, in some areas of the city, you may have two masjids within a 2-block area. How can you have that? I mean, you know, one of the things is that we need to really think about our Muslim sisters, and we need to give them some freedom. Okay, I'm not talking about in a negative sense. What I'm saying is that like we're always corralling them. You know, we corral them every time. You know, well, the sisters can't do this, the sisters can't do that. You know,
Right.
we understand all of that. But let's go back to, and I say this, you know, honestly, man, to the Nation of Islam. Why is it that we didn't have that problem in the Nation of Islam?
Because there was consequences.
Well,
You know what the consequences
I
are.
feel you on that.
Too many friendships now.
There's consequences.
It's interesting because what I observed the same thing you observed. But what I did was I took a drive from 29th and Bridge, 29th and Leon, and I saw about 20 churches. And if a church is supposed to help build the moral fabric of the community, then what's going on? Now, another thing I noticed was not only was there churches, there was bars
As well.
and poppy stores
Poppy stuff.
all over. Okay? So they set up our environments because they know the environment can control your life
Exactly.
unless you control your environment. You know?
Yes, you control your.
Yeah, we have to become disciplined. Okay? There's you don't see black businesses in our community. You don't see them.
when the Muslims stopped,
Say again.
when the Muslims, when the Nation of Islam broke up, that's when the black businesses went down. Can I say something? Why are there Oriental stores in our neighborhood, not in white neighborhoods?
Mhm.
You know, the banks won't loan Orientals money if they say they want to open a store in a white, predominantly white area. But if they say they want to open a store in a predominantly black area, they can get a
Give them
loan.
the pass. Ain't that something?
I just found that out
Oh, yeah.
recently.
Absolutely.
The banks will not loan them money to open up in a white area.
See, because everybody know that we are consumers.
Yep.
And not just consumers of their products, but consumers of ideas.
Their lifestyle of being
Yeah,
like them.
yeah.
Same thing with when we became. I'm gonna say this, because I came from the Nation of Islam, so I was there with that transition. For a while there, when they said, you know, when Warren D said, you know, he gave us independence, autonomy. A lot of messages became, to me, they want to become Arab. They started walking around like Arabs. Some of you had tried to put on an accent as an Arab. Am I lying?
No,
Am
you're
I
right.
lying?
You're not lying.
Am I lying?
Not lying.
And
You're not lying.
another thing, what you said about the women, in the Nation of Islam, but if you go in the black church, you see the same thing. Who were the workers in the black church? Women.
That's right.
And they came in with, and a lot of them, when we went into Orthodox Islam, a lot of them came in with the Arab mentality. The women are donkeys. When you go into traditional African, who runs the business? When Nkrumah came into power, he said, we take our hats off to the market mammy, because that was their economy, based on the black woman out there selling sweet yams and all that kind of stuff. But see, a lot of the stuff now, the brothers take on a role that sisters can't do nothing, be dumb. So,
Look,
you know,
look, what does Allah tell us? Allah tells us there's no difference. Men and women are equal. You know, it's in the roles that we play that are different.
Right.
Our bodies are built for certain roles.
Exactly.
You know, man is the leader. That's his role.
because he goes outside. But see, my brain, and I told a couple of brothers this. If I'm capable of doing something, it's because Allah gave me that ability. Allah gave me that ability. And being a woman, using my mind, I'm able to use my mind like another man. And I've heard brothers say, sister, you need to get out of college and give the brothers a spot.
But see what they did, what we did was we adopted, think about it, right? The Arabs belittled their women.
Right.
Like historically.
Yep.
Because what would they do with the female child? Bury them alive.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So the thing is, I remember hearing a hadith where they said, if you're making salat, and if a woman, a black dog or a monkey crosses in front of you, then your prayer is nullified.
Wow.
Well, what kind of stuff was that? We know that's not of the law. We know that the prophet didn't say that. But these are the games that they mix a lot of the hadith with their superstitions, their prejudices. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all something. All right, now we're gonna take the journey there. We're gonna take the journey. Here we go. Before I skipped around, and lost my flow. All right, but now I want you to see this. This is a little disturbing, but I show it like it is. I'm sorry. I gotta show y'all.
Disclaimers out there.
I gotta show y'all how
You got
this
to do
stuff
it.
is.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
you know, you're all adults here.
And think about his statement, Magruder's statement. All right, watch this.
Oh, what's that? Is that somebody else? Oh, the argument.
I'm sorry.
What was that?
This is.
They was arguing.
Yeah, I
And
said
the
there was
guy
an argument.
They shot her.
What's the
No
argument?
problem. You didn't see it?
Run the back if you want to.
Do you see me? That I did not see it. I'm like
Oh.
shocked. I am like shocked.
Can you see? Okay.
Oh my God. And look,
Life don't mean nothing.
Right.
You went in the back again?
and
Yeah,
he's
we're
so
not-
big. It's not a woman.
That's a woman. And then he just kept shooting.
And everybody else is normal.
Look at that. They're just standing right there.
Man, I don't remember. I don't know if y'all remember the clip I showed you where the Satanists said they wanted to awaken the beast in man.
Mm-hmm.
What he
I remember
did.
that.
Remember that,
Mm-hmm.
right? People don't understand how powerful that clip is. All right, but now watch. Oh, we ain't finished, y'all. I'm sorry.
Finished?
No, we're not finished. I want you to see this.
That's a woman.
Holding the weed in his mouth.
They really smoking it?
Learn behavior.
Doing what he see. He didn't come out the womb like that.
Learn behavior. TV and family.
Did you see my
Who
mouth?
took my
It's like,
weed?
you see my mouth? It's like,
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
TV and family.
So this is the imagery of us that's going throughout the world.
That reminds me, like, things have a thing in like network marketing where, like, the person at the top would come all the way down to the person at the bottom and pour everything into them, so they would grow. The organization would it would grow like a cancer, you know. So they call it tap the roots down here.
Mhm.
So what you want to flourish up here will keep growing exponentially, and that's what you see here. You know, just the influence on the babies like that. You know, the hand that rocked the cradle shapes the world.
But now remember the clip I showed you with the fleas.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
yeah, yeah.
The conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
It's the conditioning. I'm telling y'all that. See, the reason why the masters can't deal with the problem because they don't understand the problem. They haven't taken the time out to understand the problem.
Like Elijah did.
There you go. All right.
Well, they know what the problem is. I've seen problems that are being solved in Philadelphia. At the top, 8th and Butler. When you drive down 8th and Butler down years ago, there'd be drug dealers on both sides of the car. Red tape, blue tape, whatever. They paid the cops off, and it was a drug area. They sent in young